Hi everybody, this is Miko from Raccoon's Cave. And I thought it would be fun to do a series of videos where I just think back to my favorite video gaming memories. I've been playing video games for almost 40 years now. They've been a huge part of my childhood and a huge part of my adulthood. And yeah, I just thought it would be fun to think back on what some of my favorite memories are and just talk about them. And I hope you like hearing about them. So for this first video, I'm going to be going back to 1990 and the Nintendo World Championships. So this was a huge event. It went all over the US to several states and finished, I believe, in California at the World Finals. So this was a 3-day event. It took place from Friday to Sunday, and the way it worked, it was a competition you entered, and you got to play a modified NES cartridge which contained 3 games on it. It contained Super Mario Brothers, Rad Racer, and Tetris. And the way it worked, it was a timed cartridge. It was like 6 or 7 minutes. And you started out on Super Mario Brothers, and you had to collect 50 coins as fast as you can. And then the game would automatically flip over to Rad Racer. And then you would play 1 course of Rad Racer, and after that the game would automatically flip over to Tetris, and then you just played out the rest of your time on Tetris. So the goal was to get through the 50 coins in Super Mario Brothers and the 1 course in Rad Racer and get to Tetris as fast as you can, so you could rack up the points in Tetris, because your score was based on how well you did in Tetris. So the longer you had to play, the higher your score could go. So anyone could enter the competition, but to make it onto the second round, you had to reach a certain score, and I did that. So I got to play in the second round, and the second round, everybody who had moved on got to play again, and this time to continue on, you had to get an even higher score, and I made that score as well. So I went on to the third round. And the third round worked a little bit differently. It was held on Sunday, the final day, and everybody who had made it to the past the score that you needed to get there got to play one more time. And I forgot to mention that there was 3 different age groups. So there was I think it was 12 and under, 12 to 17, or an under 12, a 12 to 17, and then an 18 and up. And in 1990, I would have been either 13 or 14, depending on if it was before or after my birthday. So I was in the 12 to 17 group. Yeah, so everybody in each age group who had made it to the third round got to play, but it wasn't a score you had to reach. They just took the top 7 scores from each age group, and they went on to the next round. So only 21 people in the whole competition made it on to the next round. And I actually made that as well. I was number 6 in my age group, the 12 to 17 age group. Okay, so this is when it got really fun. So the final 7 people in each age group, what they got to do, this was so cool. We got to go up on stage and play another round, this time in front of a huge crowd of people. Yeah, so on stage there was 7 gaming pods set up. There was it was like an arcade cabinet almost. So it was the TV screen. You had your NES controller. But what was really cool was behind each one of them there was a large screen, so that the audience could watch you play. So yeah, it was really fun getting to go up on stage and play in front of everyone. And you know, I remember standing behind the stage while there was an announcer out on the stage talking to the crowd, getting everyone hyped up. And I remember just standing back there thinking to myself, like, man, am I really here? I never expected to get that far. I couldn't believe that I was actually going to be going up on stage playing in front of everyone. So then he started, once he finished his talking, hyping up, whatever he was doing, he started calling the players' names, and you know, we would run up. There was like a flight of like five or six steps that you had to go up to get onto the stage. So he would call everyone's name, and we would run up to the stage, and you know, everyone would cheer, and then you'd go to your game pod. And I remember I was really nervous, and I remember when he called my name, I actually tripped and fell on the first step on my way running up to the stage. I don't know if anybody in the audience saw it, because you really couldn't see the people until they made it to like near the top. So I don't know if anyone saw me fall. I asked my parents later, they were in the crowd watching. I asked them later if they saw me fall, and yeah, they said no, but you know, I don't know if they were lying. Yeah, so now here I am, I get up on stage, ready to play another round. The way this round worked, it was the same thing, the 3 games, except this time the top 2 scorers then got to play another final round against each other, and then whoever got the high score out of those 2 made it onto the World Finals, which I'm pretty sure was held in California. So this is as far as I got. I unfortunately did not make it into the top 2 scorers in my age group. You know, but that's okay. It was still an amazing experience. It was really, really fun playing on stage in front of a group of cheering people. I just, you know, I'll always remember that. It was so fun. And I didn't go away empty-handed. So out of it, I got this really cool Nintendo World Championship finalist hat, which does not fit me anymore. Remember, I was 13 or so when I did this, but you know, I'll always keep this. You know, I keep it over in the corner of my room. It's really cool. I love having this for the memory of the event. And even better, the top 7 people in each age group won a Nintendo Game Boy. And this was just so awesome to me, because this hadn't been out that long, and you know, I've been reading about it in Nintendo Power a lot, and I really, really wanted one of these so bad, and my parents were not going to buy me one, so it was just really awesome to be able to win one myself. Yeah, I just, you know, I remember the feeling when my parents were driving me home that night, just holding this and looking at it, and I'm just like, man, I have a Game Boy now. It's so awesome. Yeah, and the Game Boy, this console is really what got me into my love of handheld consoles. Prior to this, I had mostly just had TV consoles, and in 1990 we would have had the NES, an Atari 2600, and an Atari 7800. So this was really awesome, because it meant that I could just stay in my room all day and play video games. You know, I've always kind of been a loner person. I like staying by myself, so being able to just stay in my room all day and play video games was really cool. You know, I didn't have a TV in my room, so when I wanted to play, like on the NES, I always had to go out of my room to play, but man, with this, I could just stay in my room all day and play. And you know, it really turned me on to handheld consoles. Yeah, I went on later in life to get a Game Boy Color and a Game Boy Advance, and what are some of the other ones? The DS, the 3DS, PSP, PS Vita. Of course, if you watch some of my other videos, you know the PS Vita is my favorite console ever. And yeah, I really play handhelds a lot more than I play TV consoles now. So yeah, and it was all, I don't know about all, but it was largely started with this console, which I was able to win at the Nintendo World Championships. It was really awesome. It's a great memory for me. You know, it's something I'll always remember. You know, hopefully you've enjoyed hearing about it. Hopefully I haven't rambled on too much. So yeah, that's it for my first video of my favorite video gaming memories. I hope you've enjoyed listening to it. I would, you know, I'd be interested in hearing your comments. Tell me what you thought of it, or what some of your favorite video gaming memories are. You know, I always love hearing people talk about video games and their video game memories. Yeah, so if you like the video, please please click like and subscribe, and you can find me on Twitter. I'm at Raccoon's Cave, and that's it for this first video. I'll be back. I'll be back later to talk about some more of my favorite video gaming memories. See you next time. Bye.